My brothers and sisters, greetings. Forced as we are to isolate, I have come to appreciate ever more the connection that we all have as human beings. I intellectually always knew it, but now I viscerally experience it. I see the magnitude of how a virus can affect one person in China, and months later, through interaction with other humans, it can become pandemic, and the whole world is fearful and isolating. We are told that we need to isolate until we can come up with an antidote or a cure. Now, I'd like to read for you the first sentence of the gospel that is given to us as a Christian community on this second Sunday of Easter. It's from John's Gospel, chapter 20, verse 19. On the evening of the first day of the week, when the doors were locked where the disciples were for fear of the Jews, Jesus came and stood in their midst and said to them, "Peace be with you." The doors were locked for fear of the Jews. Now, we Christians know how the world can get infected with a virus. And yet, we use the words, "the doors were locked for fear of the Jews," when we know that John never intended his words to be understood in the way that we experience them today. Everybody in the early church that Easter Sunday were Jews. Those who wanted to follow Jesus were Jews. Those who wanted to follow the more traditional Moses were Jews. We're all Jews. Now, when we use the expression, "the doors were locked for fear of the Jews," we need to come up with a word that's an antidote to this negativity. For example, Judeans. If we had said the doors were locked for fear of the Judeans, that would have helped to show the distinction that John was making between those who wanted to follow Jesus and those who wanted to follow Moses. Why do we do what we do? We see the damage that can be done when infections are allowed to be propagated. And we as a church realize that with 2,000 years of our history, we see the anti-Semitic response to Jews and the damage that it has done. We realize that we need to isolate these expressions and come up with words that show through love and compassion, the solidarity or the unity of all human beings. I would hope that this quarantining time would help us as individuals and our church to come up with words that would help Christ's message of peace and kinship of us all to become reality. God bless you.